Hey, what is up, everybody? It's your boy, your guy, your man, your man, your guy, your man, your man, your man. Did I say your man yet? It's Donter, back with another episode of How to Collect in 2025. This is going to be episode 7 of the series. Yep. So I'm working on a tier list right now for all the character rares, trainer gallery cards, right now, so I'm setting that up. But in the meantime, we've got a little bit of a How to Collect in 2025 video, because first, we have some Pokemon news. Second, we've got some cards under $5. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Donter, Donter Collects. I'm a YouTube creator who creates videos about Pokemon cards and related topics and issues. And yeah, this is my series anyways. Part 1, Pokemon news. We got some new cards released from the, revealed from the new Mega set. It's gonna be a Shedinja, this is Nincada, I'm silly. Nincada, illustrated by Kuromori. This is a pretty beautiful card. I really love how, like, nice and interconnecting those vines are. The different shades of kind of brown and green really add to the illustration. And I think Nincada itself looks really cool. I actually really love how it's illustrated. I think Kuromori's got a really great style, and for a new artist, they're doing a great job. Next we've got Ninjask by Appios, another really recent artist, but I think they're knocking it out of the park as well. I honestly have no complaints about this card either. I think the shading on the grass is phenomenal. It really makes it blend all in nicely, and the Ninjask is still very pronounced in the card, which I think makes it look very standoutish, and I think it's a very beautiful looking card. And then finally we got the Shedinja, illustrated by Akita Saki, aka the GOAT. I really like a lot of their more recent cards. Like, their art rares are really good, like the Tapu Bulu, right? I think that they got some really cool cards, and I really love their style. They've got like this gritty kind of like dotted shading style, where the darkness in their cards is represented by nice like deep black dots. I think that's a really good idea. This card is really great. I have no complaints. Yeah, wonderful. That was part 1, Pokemon news. Part 2, it's going to be cards under $5. Well, what do we got for today? So I'm looking at some Crown Zenith illustration rares, or Crown Zenith cards or whatever. I think there's still a lot of cards in Crown Zenith that are under that $5 mark that I think are pretty no-brainers to pick up. Some very beautiful illustrations that I would recommend to anybody. Firstly, we got the Manaphy, illustrated by Taira Akitsu. This is one of my favorite cards in the whole set, easily. I love, like, how much stuff is going on in the card, but it's not overwhelming. I love how, like, you have Manaphy in the middle, kind of, like, just looking out to the distance, with the Pokemon all surrounding them. You have, like, a Pikipek, some Bruxish, you have a Wishy-Washy down below. Very heavy emphasis on Gen 7 Pokemon, which is a really cool idea. And I think that it's illustrated very nicely, and it's got a good sense of depth, perspective. I think everything about this card is really evocative and nice. Next, we've got the Bibarel, illustrated by Melicart. Melicart only has a couple cards, and this is one of them. I think it's a really cool looking card. I think that the idea of Bibarel having its little town, or not town, but its little hideout inside the sticks, makes a lot of sense. And like being able to see inside of that in that 2D perspective is a unique take on the Pokemon that usually doesn't get a lot of unique takes, and I think it's the perfect execution of this Pokemon in a card format. Next, we've got the Thievul, illustrated by NC Empire. I can't never stop gushing about this card. It's one of my favorite cards ever printed. I love the colors. I love how like contrasty it is. It's so striking. I think NC Empire's art style, when they go crazy all out, is so fantastic. It's just amazing. Also, just realized I wasn't talking about prices here. The Manaphy from the first card is going to be $264, market price on TCG Player. The Bibarel is $148, and the Thievul is going to be $151. So next we've got the Toxtricity, which is sitting at that $1.28 mark. I think this card is pretty fantastic as well. It's illustrated by Nell Now. I think that their style is really like nice, as it's very succinct. Like, I feel like every Pokemon really looks how they're supposed to look in an essence, which is a great idea. And Nell Now gives them a lot of personality as well. The background has a lot of cool details, like a Gmax Toxtricity. And you have like the Pokemon creating some sort of band. It's a good idea, and I think that Nell style really enhances the card to another level. And then finally, for cards under $5, we've got the Hisuian Gudra, illustrated by Yu Iribi. This card is really beautiful. I think that Hisuian Gudra is a criminally underrated Pokemon, as it doesn't really get any appreciation, love, or anything pretty much. And I think that it's illustrated really nicely. I love the little starlies all around it, carrying some berries and plants and such. I think that that's a good idea, and like I said, I think it's executed really well overall. I think that this card is really great, and it's very underrated. Now let's look at one more card for this list here. And I'm going to be looking at a card under $10, trying something a little bit new out. I think that one of the most underrated cards from Crown Zenith is a Luminion V, from like the Galarian Gallery, like the straight up Luminion V. It's pretty much an all art for under 10 bucks. This card was sitting at like 5 bucks for like the longest time. But it's sitting at $9.57 right now for a near mint copy, which is not that bad at all, honestly, and I would seriously recommend it. Looks like for the whole entire year it's been about $10, which is pretty good. I would say that it's been pretty consistent, which means that it's pretty easy to pick up and select. I think that anybody should get it. It's beautiful. It's illustrated by Jerky. It's one of Jerky's first cards, if not their first. And I think that it's got a lot of personality, a lot of great colors. You have Chinchou and Lantern and stuff. I think that it enhances the card to a new level, and it makes the Pokemon look a lot more interesting than it usually would. I think that this card is really beautiful, and I'm a humongous fan of it. Anyways, that was how to collect in 2025. Maybe I should change the name of the series to What to Collect in 2025. And then maybe that would make more sense, but I'm not going to do that. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I will catch you in the next time, where I'm probably going to be doing a Trainer Gallery tier list. Regardless, we all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. I gotta go. See you later. Bye.